Hey guys, it's Rachel. So today I am going to be ranking every single Pixar movie from literal worst to my favorites. And this, let me tell you, has been in the works for a hot second because I could not make my mind up on some of these. I thought I was done. I was like, okay, I'm gonna film the next day, and I was going to town with this eraser on this pencil. I was like, okay, no, like this one needs to be higher. So I want to say I love all the Pixar movies so much in some unique way, and I've grown up with Pixar and I've grown up with Disney, overall, but Pixar was a huge part of my childhood and Pixar is a huge part of my life now. So I thought it would be fun, and the lighting is just changing. The clouds are having, they're moody right now, but I'm gonna start at number 22, and I just wanted to say this is my opinion. It's not the right, oh, this is the right list. It's just my opinion. It's just how much, these films mean to me, how much I like them, XYZ. You guys get it. But yeah, I would love to hear what you guys think below, and let's just get started. So oh Lord. Okay. So, number 22 is A Bug's Life. And I have to be honest, I just never vibed with this movie. Every time I'd watch it, as a little kid, it's not something that ever caught my attention. I remember it would always be played in, the pediatrician's office when I went, and it was always playing, after, tests in elementary school, if we had, a celebration day or whatever. This movie just never got me. I'm sorry. Okay, see, the lighting just stay like that. Thank you. Okay. Okay, number 21 is Cars 2. Okay, this was one I had not seen yet, and so when I found this list and I was making sure that I had seen every single one so I could, make a fair decision, this one was one I hadn't seen. And Cars has absolutely been, spoiler alert, always one of my favorites, but I had not seen Cars 2, and that was because I was skeptical, lack of better words. I was like, maybe, I don't know, Cars was just so good, I'm scared to watch 2. My intuition was correct. I didn't like the plot so much. Maybe it's because, now the beginning was good. I liked when they were in Radiator Springs. Maybe that's what I missed about it, is it being an international race, and then the thing that happened with Mater, I was just very lost and confused and honestly bored by this movie. I didn't know what it was trying to do or where it was trying to go. So that is where Cars 2 is sitting. 20 is Brave. This was another one that I had not seen yet, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and watch it, and because I need to construct this list fairly. I gotta be honest, it just didn't catch my attention. It felt, I don't know, it didn't feel very Pixar-ish, if that makes any sense. It just didn't seem like it fit their theme. But I will say that I am very invested in the Pixar theory. And if you guys don't know what that is, just look up the Pixar theory on YouTube, and you guys, I promise, you guys will be entertained for a while. So this movie kind of did add to that, but Brave just is not something I vibe with as much. Okay, so this next one, I know I'm gonna get some backlash for. Okay, I just want to say, it's just my opinion. I know this is some people's absolute favorite Pixar movie, and I'm sorry. But number 19 is Incredibles, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say, number 18 is Incredibles 2, and I would like to explain, I have never been the type that loves superhero movies, and this is just one that I never got into. I think, I like the family aspect of this movie, okay? We're gonna throw something positive about this movie in here. But I don't know. I feel like Incredibles 2 was, slightly more entertaining, and this was another one I had to go and watch recently. in prep for this video, but I'm sorry. This isn't one I get with. Number 17, I know a lot of people are probably going to be upset that I've placed this one pretty low too, and this next one is Up. And I placed Up pretty low because it just, okay, the first 10 minutes, a cinematic masterpiece. Him and Emma's relationship is absolutely beautiful. I've got to say, the visuals in this movie, absolutely stunning. But after those 10 minutes, I kind of just lost, like, interest, and I feel like the story told itself within 10 minutes. That is why it's at number 17. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I saw this in theaters when it came out. It's just not one of my all-time favorites. Number 16 is WALL-E. And honestly, I had this one a lot lower, meaning like last place there for a little bit, but I had to rewatch it for a film class. I actually saw this when it came out in theaters, and I gotta be honest, I didn't like it then either, but I raised it up because I do like the idea of it. I do like how it's saying, hey, if we don't take care of our planet, this is how it's gonna be, and it draws you in, and you feel bad for this little machine who has to, like, pick up all this trash, and when he finds that little plant. Anyways, that is why I put it higher, but it's just not one that was my favorite. Now we get into tricky grounds, okay? Now, we're 15 up, and I'm kind of just like, where did I put some of these? But number 15 is Coco. I watched this one in Spanish class, actually, and I really liked the idea of it. I liked the colors of it. I liked the visuals of it. And I put this one at 15 just because it's just not one of, like, my all-time favorites. I feel like there's ones that I've seen personally that I wanted higher on my list. Coco's really good, though. I loved the idea of, like, the family aspect once again, and the visuals, and Pixar just always nails it with the visuals, no matter if it's a superhero movie, a movie about a little machine, or Toy Story, or whatever it is, the visuals are always 100% on top of their game. So, 14 is Onward, and I put Onward at 14 because I did like the storyline. I liked how they were on a quest to go find, like, and they just wanted time with, like, their dad, and it did make me tear up. Like, I didn't full on cry, but I was tearing up at the end when they finally, like, got to talk to the dad, and that was very heartwarming. It was heartwarming to see it all come together, but the whole wizard thing and all that has never been my vibe either. So that is why it is at 14. Now, I didn't hate the movie. That's not what I'm saying. That's where she's sitting. Okay. 13 is The Good Dinosaur. I watched this one, number 1, because you want to watch every single Pixar movie, and I have Disney Plus, so I was like, why not? And number 2, my friend Ian has raved about this, and he's like, oh my gosh, like, there's this one part that makes me so emotional. So I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna watch it and let you know what I think. I watched it, and I really just felt for Arlo, okay? Like, the moment he came out of the egg, I was just hooked. I thought he was so cute. I love, like, the plot about, like, how he was trying to put his footprint on, like, the mural thing, and when he lost his dad because of, like, the flood, it reminded me of Lion King a lot, and I don't know if anybody else made that connection, but it reminded me of when Simba lost his dad, so that kind of brought back nostalgia for me. So I did like The Good Dinosaur. I really did. I thought it was a good movie. Number 12 is Monsters University. And I really like this one. Again, I saw this in the movie when it came out. I thought it was really, really good for a sequel. Sometimes, like Cars 2, the sequel's just not all there, and you're kind of... Don't get me wrong, Monsters University is very predictable, but at the same time, it's just so cute, and Monsters Inc. is just so good that you kind of expect, like, a letdown, but it wasn't a letdown for me. So number 11 is Toy Story 3. I saw this one when it came out in theaters, and let me tell you, the edge of my seat was definitely where I was sitting. The scene at the end where Lotso tricks them and thinks he's gonna help them and turn off that button, but they're about to go into the fire, and I was like, oh my gosh, my childhood is literally dying before my eyes. There were tears coming out of my eyes. This is the Disney movie, or this is the Toy Story movie, I should say, that actually makes me the most emotional. And let me just say, it's a good movie. But oh my god, it just pulls at your heartstrings. And at the end, when Andy gives away his toys to Bonnie, like, that just, oh my god. Anyways, so I really like Toy Story 3. Number 10 is Cars 3. I actually feel like they've redeemed themselves once again. I feel like Cars 3 is very good. I like how Lightning McQueen took his mentor under his wing, and I really liked how they incorporated Doc Hudson in, and how, like, Doc Hudson's friend ended up training him. I thought it was really cute, and to find out more about Doc Hudson was very interesting, and I really actually loved this one. I love how Lightning gave up his spot in the Piston Cup for her, and they switched out. And is that probably realistic? No, but you know what? I went with it, and I loved it so much. I thought it was very heartwarming, and I really liked that one. Number 9 is Finding Dory. Now, I hadn't seen this one. Actually, I had seen part of it, I think, but I sat down about a week and a half ago now, and I watched it, and guys, this one is so good. The characters are good between Destiny and how Hank in the beginning, he just wanted her tag, but he ends up going with Dory in the end. Like, it is just a spot on plot, and you gotta admit, when those shells all line up to when Dory literally didn't think she was gonna find her parents, and she found her parents through the shells, guys, I don't know anything more heartwarming than that moment. And that Finding Dory is just so good. Okay, I could go on and on. A great sequel. Number 8 is Toy Story 2. Now, I really like Toy Story 2, and I really like how sometimes I just get lost for words when I'm trying to explain, like, my favorite movies, but Toy Story 2 is very good. I love how, like, they all, like, go on a mission to, like, find Woody, and how Jessie comes into play, and Bullseye is such a cool character, and I don't know, it really is intense, because, like, at the end when they're about to go to Japan because they were a part of an exhibit, and that is intense. But you know what? I love the storyline, and I gotta give props. The sequel was good. The sequel was really good, and I remember it being one of my favorites when I was a little kid, and it's still really good. So, in number 7, guys, I didn't know where to put this one. It's probably a little low now that I'm looking at it, but you know what? All the other ones I'm about to mention are good too. So, number 7 is Finding Nemo. This was always one of my favorites as a kid. Again, the visual, the colors within, like, the coral reef and everything is so pretty. I love the aspect of, like, Marlin going to find his son, and it's just this whole journey. I think it's beautiful, and I love how Nemo ends up in this tank with, like, so many different personalities, and I really liked that. I don't know, and they all, like, wanted to help him in some way. Guys, you know, Finding Nemo is just so good, and there's so many good characters, and that was honestly, like, a basis for a lot of my, like, decision making, is the characters. The characters can really make or break a movie, and you can't deny that Finding Nemo really does have some of the best characters. So, number 6 is actually one of my favorites, and I was obsessed with this as a kid. I love this movie. It's so cute. I remember my mom actually looking up the dish that is made in this movie, and we had like a special little dinner because I was so obsessed with this movie, and that movie is Ratatouille. I think it's so cute how he's just like a little chef controlling the chef, and I love the whole storyline. It's so Pixar, but so something you don't expect from them, like at the same time, like when it came out, you know, but it's just, I don't know, it just made me so warm inside, and this movie is just so cute, and that's really all I can say. Like, it just brings a smile to my face, and it reminds me of my childhood too, so definitely one of my favorites. So, the next one is one of my favorites, and that is Inside Out. Everything about Inside Out is so well thought out, planned. I love the aspect of like how each of them work together and try and like help her memories. And guys, Bing Bong is one of my favorite Disney characters of all time. I'm just gonna say it. He's so cute, and when he died, when he got thrown into like the forgotten memories pile, I felt so sad. Like, that movie is just so good, and it's so real, and even if a little kid is watching it, I feel like they can still learn something from it, and this is what I really, really like about this movie. And there's just so many emotions, and it's like, it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to feel how you're feeling. It's just a good movie, okay? I saw this, and I was like, this is one of Pixar's best works, okay? And I grew up on Pixar, so that is what I have to say. Number 4. Oh my gosh, I love Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4 is definitely one of my favorites of all time Pixar, because Toy Story 4, I think the introduction of Forky was just so cute, and I think it was actually like the perfect ending to a series of Pixar movies. Like, every single Toy Story movie means so much to me, but Toy Story 4, guys, it was just so good. Like, the introduction of Gabby, and it was just so intense of them trying to get Woody and Forky out of that antique shop. The whole thing was so good, and I feel like sometimes Pixar, maybe not Pixar in particular, but any you know, movie franchise can push movies too far, and it's like, okay, when is this gonna end? But with Toy Story, it just, the magic never stops, and it's just always so good. And Forky, guys, another one of my favorite Disney characters. Sincerely, so cute, and made me laugh several times as a 20-year-old. So I love this movie so much. I think it's so precious. Okay, number 3 is Monsters, Inc. Monsters, Inc. is just, guys, I love Monsters, Inc. so much. It's always been one of my favorites. I love Mike and Sully are just the iconic duo, okay? I love the concept of this movie. I like how they brought to life the idea of monsters in your closet or under your bed or whatever. I think it made it more real for kids, and it shows that monsters can be nice, and I just think it was a beautiful aspect, and I love how they do that, and it's so freaking cute how they were like trying to protect Boo, and I think it was just overall just a really touching movie. Such a good movie. I love like the doors, the visuals. Again, I'm a big sucker for visuals if we haven't gotten that already. So number 2 is Toy Story. Number 2 is the original Toy Story, because there's nothing just as good as the original Toy Story, I feel like. And I love Toy Story so much. It was just such a big part of my childhood, and it was always one of my favorites. I love the storyline, and I love how Buzz and Woody just, you see them become friends, and this is just my childhood. That's really all I can say. Yeah. But number one is Cars. Number one is Cars because I have always loved this movie since I was little. I rewatched it recently and I was like, you know what? This movie is so good. You know, you find this rock star racer and he just forms into like a soft person who actually cares about this little town of Radiator Springs and the people there, and he becomes best friends with Mater. Mater is one of the best Disney characters also. Thank you. But guys, this movie is just so touching again, and I love how he in the end actually cares about like these people that he's met, and he just gets this full makeover and brings the town to life. It's so cute, and I love how Doc Hudson ends up being his coach in the main race because Lightning McQueen didn't have a team. And also Mac the truck was just one of the best characters too. Just so cute. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I really, really, really am curious. What is your favorite Pixar movie and what is your least favorite? I would love to know because there's so many opinions. None of them are the wrong opinion. None of them, you know, my list, like I said, isn't the list, okay? It's my list and it's my memories, and I just had a really good time making this video, and I love you guys so much. I really hope this entertained you in some way, and I hope to see you, yes you, in the next one. Bye guys.